All the disrespect before you play back, button check. Button check.
What is up, Button Check family? Welcome back to yet again a beautiful day, early morning of buttons that need to be checked. The weekend is still here. We done still made it. Thank you guys for tuning in. Chat is down below. We got two hot ones today. Hope you guys enjoyed your weekend on yesterday. I had too much fun filming that one. The Tekken community had a damn live service funeral. Streamed the whole thing. It was hilarious, and that's on the channel right now if you guys want to check that out. But besides that, we got some more hot topics. We's about to end this weekend right. Let's go. All right, first up for them, if you're over the age of 20, you are already too late. It's a wrap. Buttons that need to be checked. So apparently there was a well-known streamer by the name of Jinxy. I think I've heard of him in the past, but he went on his stream, started firing some shots, I guess some people consider it, talking about, you know, there is a gap, like a young age gap between, I think he said like 16, 19, something like that. He was like, those are the years that you need to take advantage of, because if you are 20 or over, there is no way you can compete in esports. It is too late. You are too old. Everybody is reacting, especially a lot of the FGC. Let's watch the clips, check out some responses. Let's go.
See, bro, that's the thing, dude. Like, prime gaming age, chat. Listen the fuck up, bro. Prime gaming age, I'm telling you this now, is 17 to 19. If you're watching this and you're 20, your time is up. 21, time is up. 22, bro, I'm telling you, chat, on everything I love, the prime game for aging, or prime age for gaming is 17 to 19. Like, trust me, bro, that is the prime. If you're 16, you're about to enter your prime for gaming. If you're 20, your prime is over, bro. It's that 3-year window. Chat, on God. How old is Dunk? Let's test my theory. How old is Dunk? 19. What the fuck did I say? I have no idea as well.
I mean, this is last good year, you're saying.
Well, every year after this, it's going to slightly get worse. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
Right here, Gamers Everywhere response saying, Esports Prime comes down to available time and motivation. Many of the best CS players have hit their best around 26. Many of the best also stop around 30 because of family obligations that reduce their available time and motivation. Reaction time doesn't become a problem until almost 60. Damn, do y'all agree with that? Others are like, video game primes have nothing to do with age until you're like 35 plus. It's all about how much commitment and motivation you have. Underneath that, they say Faker is 29 and he's still winning worlds. Tell him his prime ended 10 years ago. Getting deeper, somebody by the name, I think it's Cooney, he says, the clip is whatever, but watching dozens of people quote retweet to say, no, don't listen to him, adult 30-year-olds. Every fighting game player is middle-aged. You can still be a video game superstar has been extremely funny. Damn, with the shots fired, talking about the cope is unreal with millennials and telling a bunch of mid-30-somethings they can go pro in fighting games, so that way fighting games can become more mainstream. What is up with the shots? With all the fighting game players, man. Anyway, let's continue right here, man. They're saying, I wonder if they're all just saying bullshit or if they think they're better at games than in reality. Laugh my ass off. And wrapping it up right here saying they don't want to accept their age. Damn. They don't want to accept their age. Oh, we got one more saying, I think it's kind of right. The more solved the game is, the earlier you have to start. The only reason unks still got it in fighting games is because guessing levels the playing field. Damn! What was up with the end of those tweets right there? Talking about the only reason unks still got it in fighting games is because guessing levels the playing field. Damn. Some people talking about reaction time doesn't become an issue until 60. I'm all a fan for you. Listen to your uncle, you know what I'm saying? Listen to Uncle Nesto. Obviously, I'm on that side of the fence, and I agree that we still got it. The OG still got it, but damn, 60? I don't know if we got all the way till 60. Others say 35 plus. I'm just surprised. Like, this went from like CS and people talking shit there to like, oh, well, what about the fighting game community? Well, look at all these crybabies coming out talking about what about us? What about us? But other people, especially in the fighting game community, have a lot to say. Check it out. Right here saying Fudo won EVO at 26 and just made CAPCOM top 8 this weekend in his 40s. Just yapping. Then you got more saying Oil King became a pro player at 33, boys. Just putting the good word out there. Somebody else says, age does not stop you from winning in esports. That's what makes it so beautiful as a place for competition. As you get older, it comes down to, are you willing to put in the hours you did when you were younger to stay at the top? Pros, by the time they're in their mid-20s and 30s, are already having the debate with themselves if they want to put in those 10 to 12 hours a day, almost like or any more like they did when they were 18. If you need proof, just look at fighting games. Yes, they're young talent on the rise, but a lot of the competitive pool is still on the top, and they're in their late 20s, 30s, and some even in their 40s. Then somebody posted this right here. EVO winners of 2025, you see 29, 26, 28, and 40. Then you see COD champions, 26, 26, 22, 24. Halo champions, 21, 20, 29, 28. At the bottom, he says, just because you peaked in high school doesn't mean everybody did. Now, I took this note right here where it says top 16 CAPCOM. You can see the finalists right here. There was an age gap of 30 years. Of 30 years between the youngest players and the oldest players. Now, look at this. You got Blaz, 16, Mickey, 17, Sahara, 21, then you got 24, 24, 26, Knuckle Dude, 29, Itabashi, 44. And you got some of the OGs, right? Fudo, Momochi, Big Bird. Big Bird's in like mid to late 20s. Fudo and Momochi, though, I believe they're like in their 40s. VX Bao Lashar, I think he's 26. Christotarian, he's either close to 30 or he is 30. Then right here, Youth Dominance, the top 4 featured all the young bucks. Blaz, Sahara, Higuchi, Kills You. The Young Bucks were at the top of the food chain at this last CAPCOM. And then below here it says Knuckle Dude was a prodigy back, I guess, when he was 15. Now he's about to be 30. That's how I feel old, because I remember them saying that CAPCOM. I was like, I remember when I first started getting into the FGC, sometime around there. Well, I should say when I started like looking at gameplay, because I was interested to go into tournaments. I saw this kid named Knuckle Dude. By that time, I had been playing for a little bit, but I was so fascinated with him because he played Guile. And he played him in a way where I was like, yo, I didn't even know you could use Guile like this. I was under the impression that Guile was dead. And I know that sounds stupid and green and all that stuff, but you know, it was the beginning of Street Fighter 4. I didn't really know much. I hadn't played in a while. I wasn't like the biggest fan of Third Strike. Dirty Low was, so I played it here and there, but there was no Guile in Third Strike, and don't give me that Remy bullshit. But anyway, long story short, what I'm trying to say is Knuckle Dude came out, and I was so fascinated with him, watching him in Dominion. Is what got me committed to back in the game and training. I would train for hours. Like I just loved it so much. But I remember thinking, who is this kid? And he's whooping everybody's ass. Now look at him. He has a family. He's 30 or about to be 30. Like it literally never stops. So that leads me to believe that these young prodigies, like we're making a big deal of it now because I think esports has grown and our reach has grown more than ever to more people can get an opportunity to shine. We're hearing of people in Chile, in Mexico, and all these other places that we never would have before because our window of opportunity has grown. So it leads me to believe that they were always here. The Young Bucks, Justin Wong, like the Young Bucks if I could talk, Justin Wong, Daigo, a lot of these guys started hella young. They're just OGs now. So I think all the future OGs and gods, they're starting hella young as well. It's just now the landscape has grown so much that we're allowing more of them in. This last CAPCOM though did open my eyes. I was like, damn, top 4 is all the Young Bucks. I mean, it was all of them. You had more, right, that were eliminated. But I mean, you can't deny. I was like, yo, the young blood is definitely here. The torch is definitely beginning to be passed. You're seeing a lot of our OGs with kids and some of them getting ready to retire, gray hair and stuff like that. It's like a trip, isn't it? It's such a trip to think that like it's really happening. So at the end of the day, can you only thrive if you're 17 to 19? I think that's horseshit, but that's just me. Anyway, that's how I'm feeling. How y'all feeling? Let me know. And all right, next up for them, EVO Japan just became the largest fighting game tournament ever. Buttons that need to be checked. This is crazy. I got so many thoughts. Obviously, I'm happy for it, but let's unpack right here. Right here, Event Hubs was reporting this first when I saw it, saying largest tournament ever. EVO Japan claims this year's Street Fighter 6 bracket is the largest fighting game tournament ever. At least that's what they're claiming. We're right here. You can see the proof in the pudding. According to the official tournament page, 9,523 players registered for at least one game at EVO 2026, and 7,158 of them were just for Street Fighter 6. 7,158 of them. Now they're comparing it to previous tournaments to see if like it is technically the biggest tournament. They're like, well, technically back in 2020, during the shutdown, the box, which was the online Smash tournament, had 8,158 entrants just for Smash Bros. But then they're like, well, technically on one hand, that's not technically FGC if you want to look at it that way. But on the other hand, more importantly, it was an online tournament. So I don't think you can really compare online to offline. Kind of apples to oranges, especially during COVID. That helped a lot. And I'm not trying to shit on the community. I'm just talking like, I think we need to compare offline to offline, especially in this case, EVO to EVO. And if we're doing that, look at that. Back in 2023 was the biggest one we ever saw, especially at EVO. 9,221 participants. You see right here, nearly doubling the previous year. And Street Fighter 6 had 7,061 competitors. That was absolutely huge. But when you fast forward it this year, look at Street Fighter 6, number one, 7,158. But look at the difference. Underneath it, Tekken 8, 851. Guilty Gear, 692. Grand Blue, 531. 2XKO, 407. Then 387, 295, 251, all the way to 148. 148 all the way for 11 and 12. There is such a gap between Street Fighter 6 and everything else. It's insane. But here's the question I pose to you. On one hand, like I said, that's exciting. What's not exciting about the growth? Like that's amazing to see. We're talking about shattering numbers. On one hand though, that does kind of prove the point in a way where like, hey, Japan has a tendency to look at what Street Fighter is doing over there. And let's be real, a lot of people in the West and other parts of the world have felt that Capcom doesn't really pay attention to us that much as long as it's thriving over there. So if they're cool with the pay-per-view over there and the way the game is over there and these numbers is booming, hey, if it's not broke over here, why fix it anywhere else? It kind of seems, I'm not saying that's what's going on, I'm just saying that's the way it's been perceived to a lot of players, especially with this whole pay-per-view thing as of late. And now the numbers are just getting bigger. And here's the other thing that I'm talking about. During that whole, there's 9 EVOs now, right? 9 or 10 EVOs. There was this whole debate about, it's losing its prestige. It's not making sense anymore. Like there should just be one, or if there's going to be 4, okay, we could deal with 4, but 9. Like there's going to be a whole circuit. A lot of people were having trouble just kind of wrapping their head around all this. But during all that debate, you saw a lot of arguments. And some of them were like, oh, well, it's actually cool because people that can't travel, they finally got a chance to go there. It's going to bring so many more people to the FGC. There was a lot of good perspectives. But also one of them that I heard was, don't worry, Vegas is always going to be the main one. I heard a lot of that. Don't worry, hey, Vegas can be the main one. Just chill. That'll be the main one, all right? And the others will be what they are. Here's my question. Really? Like, honestly, think about it. Like, for one, who of any of us could actually say that? Who of any of us could actually say, no, don't worry, this is the main one. Like, don't worry, it's gonna always be the main one. Don't worry, it's always gonna be the one. If other ones are now blowing us out of the water and they continue to. Now, I don't know what the EVO numbers at Vegas are just yet because we're a little too far away and I'm assuming they're gonna grow. But if Japan keeps growing the way it is, and if other EVOs keep growing the way they are, who's to say at the end of the day, especially if EVO Vegas numbers are not reaching Japan or other ones, that's gonna continue to be, like if it's getting the least amount of numbers, and technically they're doing the same thing at these EVOs that they're doing at this EVO. I'm talking about the one in America, and you get just the same prize money in points for EWC and all this. Like, yes, the OGs will remember like Vegas is where it started, but now if we don't even own it anymore, You know, like the Cannon brothers, I mean, and all that. It's like been from them to Sony and now to Saudi. Not to mention Saudi is gonna have their own EVO over there. That one is probably gonna, I mean, I would imagine they're gonna blow that one out the water because it's the direct representation of them. I imagine it's gonna be bonkers. In saying all that, how much longer before we can really say that, oh, this is the main one though? Don't worry, y'all, this is the main one. This is the one that counts. I don't know. I don't know if that's gonna hold any weight. And this could be me just dooming, like real talk. Let me know in the comments if you think I'm jumping the gun. You know what I'm saying? Because real talk, this is just a thought. I was like, there was a lot of people that said that. There was a lot of people that said, hey, y'all, don't worry, we're always gonna have the main one because we know where it started. But for how much longer does that even matter? For how much longer is that gonna be the truth? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. And at the end of the day, let's be real, does it even matter? I mean, in the state that we currently are in, does it really matter that that one in Vegas is considered the main one? Like what special bonus points or things happen there? Do they do special announcements there versus anywhere else? Like, oh, we're just gonna do the special announcements there. I don't think so. I think the more it grows, they're gonna just pick one to do special announcements at, especially if it fits the timing of a new release or update. Once again, a lot of food for thought. Does any of this matter? How you feeling? Let me know. There it is one more time, Butt Check family. Thank you for joining me on this beautiful Sunday morning, man. Link down below for all that good information. And I know, like I said, a lot of these stories as of late, either funny or daunting, gloomy, whatever. But besides that, man, it actually is a great time to be alive in the FGC. There's so much change. There's so much in the works. And to me, that's exciting. Like, not knowing is kind of exciting. Really, we're just along for the ride. You know what I'm saying? And we still got each other. We're still here checking these buttons. And me and Dirty Low are actually planning something really special. So I'm excited, man. And one more time, or I should say before I go, I wanted to say one more thing. RIP to the legend Chuck Norris. Like, real talk, I'm not gonna go into a long-winded thing, but a long time ago, you know, what was it? Texas Walker Ranger was filmed here. And I'm in Dallas, Texas. It was filmed like somewhere around here. And I got a chance to be an extra in Texas Walker Ranger. And the agent at the time told your boy, okay, just dress like a bad guy, like a guy from the hood, and he's gonna kick your ass. And I'm like bugging, like, what? I get to be a bad guy? Like, I'm just gonna be standing there and then Chuck Norris is gonna kick me in the face? Please kick me. That's the only time in my life where I was like, please, Lord, let this man kick me in the face. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't never wanted somebody to kick me so bad. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is, I had a weird opportunity that just came out of nowhere. They were like, they need extra people. But keep in mind, this was way back in the day, like right before Google was a thing. Really wasn't no directions like that. You were still looking at like wonky maps, and your boy was new to Texas, and they told me an address, and they were like, be there at a certain time, wear something tough. I just had like a tank top, some bullshit. I look dumb as hell. I never found the place. I had to call the agent. I was like 2 hours late. He was like, never mind, don't show up. To this day, that haunts me, y'all. I could have been kicked in the face by Chuck Norris. You know, golly. And then I heard the man passed away, and honestly, it was heartbreaking. Chuck Norris, Bruce Lee, huge parts of my childhood, huge parts. He's a legend. The man is a legend. So either way, just wanted to say that, man. Don't mean to end this on a sour tip, but honestly, I don't think it's too sour, man, because Chuck Norris, to me, he'll always be up there. He'll always be an idol, man. The legend, the meme, you know what I'm saying? I've been seeing so many good ones as of late, too, just in his memory, showing respects. It's a beautiful thing, and he was a beautiful person, man. So anyway, thank you guys for joining me. That's story time right now. I appreciate the love as always. I don't know what it is, but I know somehow, some way, it's about to get better. Love y'all forever. Peace.
Blah, blah, blah. Subscribe.
My name is Xiao Hai. And when I play the game, I'm just 6 years old. Xiao Hai, it means a little kid. And now I'm 35. Too many people say I'm older. I can't win anymore. But today, I proved myself.